is a spooky prospect. You need another hot start if you're both of these squads, and only one team can start on the CT side.
I love it as a Brazilian map, to be honest. I think it always has been, because I think it's the outside yard. It's the where that you can lurk the most, and I think when things get really complicated, that's where Brazil shines. Like, they're so comfortable in those chaotic messes. No one better than Art, of course, to exemplify that. But on the other end, Fnatic, I think they started off a little shocked in that game versus Red Canids, who, you know, they went on to win their next match, showing that they were strong. But by the end of the game, Fnatic had clearly warmed up a lot. They had a hard T side to come back into. They looked really good in overtime, and I think they definitely started to show their potential.
Blame F and Jambo rocking it with the dual Berettas up inside of the brown halls. Kai comes through with a late answer back, but Jambo at this distance just gonna tap away. And so, total shutdown for Fnatic. And again, talk about the one team that can start on the CT side. That's where they find themselves, and a pistol win in the back pocket immediately.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it was the aim that came together. It was Crim's, man. Like, you saw the ace that he made happen in that ancient game, and yeah, and then over time, I was like a nearly 1v3 into an ace for that total climb back. And the way he played it, I mean, he genuinely looked young. He was like hitting these off angles. Like, it was like a new style of CS, a different style of CS I really appreciated. It didn't feel like an old man game. It felt like he was really in tune with good angles and how to put a lot of pressure on these kids. Now Fnatic in this spot, CT side, it's a farm round.
This range leaning back with the M4, Blame F just gonna look for the frags that usually have his name on it. And he gets there. It's gonna be Kai out of this one. You know, you want to talk about how the outer yard and things start to get scrappy and crazy, that a guy like Art can really kind of grab those reins and maybe thrive within that. I'm also looking to hopefully see a version of Fluxo where they come at those attacks with some solid structure. Right? I want to clean execute. I want to show a varied gameplay if you're Fluxo, because for me, it's very easy for, I'd say most, to kind of write off some of the lesser-known Brazilian teams as we get into stage one of a major, right? A lot of slots for South America secured after Copenhagen. And filling those slots are teams that, well, get written off maybe too quickly at times. If we've learned anything today.
What about an early knife? Are we?
Yeah.
You think?
Fear would be the guy.
Give us that, maybe.
A little money.
Okay, or just
jump the gun, get it over with. MP9 still making cash, and the upgrade's right there for it. So it's a little bit labored. It takes a little while, but it shows that Fnatic happy to push off sites. Looking to get this job done.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but you had nice things to say about Fluxo on the break.
Yeah?
Yeah, you did.
Did I?
Yeah, yeah. You mentioned how good Lucauzi is. Or could be.
Could be. Once was.
Once was.
No, I was, yeah, we were talking about
monster.
How on paper, you know, these rosters, I like the pieces. I like the heights that we've seen from a lot of the guys that end up in stage one on these different Brazilian teams now. Obviously, you've got Fury at the tippity top with the international injection, but the likes of Pain and Legacy becoming talks of the town. The formula for the likes of Fluxo caught me off guard with their win over Gamer Legion today. Jambo picks up first kill. Again, just at these longer ranges, Fnatic keeping things very clean. Crims gets himself a multi-frag early days as well.
Crushed.
And that's going to be Zevi down with just the one. Art a little late to the party, but never too late to find a kill at least.
But that's it, it looks like. I mean, the HP left over, one swing, and he is just dead.
Single bullet out of this MP9, and Fear's got it.
Oh, they don't even know how low he is.
So they'll be afraid of him for a bit, but does that fear cause any problems for Fnatic?
Okay, playing so carefully, Art. He's sitting here thinking they have 100 HP. I think I have 100 HP right now, using all their utility and running back. And Fear just, no way he pushes through that smoke after all those.
Where'd he go, man?
Chances to just take a shot.
Where'd he go?
Don't let Art get slippery, but I mean, there's no chance he gets this bomb planted. I mean, he's lucky to get a save.
Bomb down inside of the B site, so save is all that's on the cards. Kevlar AK smoke grenade, not a bad place for Art to be in, but that felt like a well-prepared behold for Fnatic. Again, kicks off with the AWP at a full distance. Then Crims pressed up against the close wall, catches them as they try to run in while the AWP's on cycle. They try to transition into just a close game, and well, Crims is ready to step up to the plate in that one. So I think you nailed it, right? There was definitely like a powering up going on for Fnatic in their Ancient game earlier today.
Yeah.
And now a map that, like the desk highlighted, this has kind of been like home turf for Fnatic for some time. They were happy to play it early days. Plenty of reps. And an excellent start for this one. 3-0 strong for Fnatic's CT side.
That was an inspiring round.
Careful though.
Covering each other really well.
Sudden bout of aggression. We get Jambo in with good damage, and that's, I think, a confident-looking Fnatic, right? Crims was taking a flirt with the top of top ramp.
He's got to give that AK away. Come on. Hit by that op in the legs.
It takes belief in the setup for Jambo to go for that deep op pick, too. I mean,
and it was the CT side that was weird on Ancient, but it was a full 5-round comeback in the end of the CT side that showed us some good setups, just like this one on Train.
Similar setup to the round prior, though. Crims plays close on the top of this ladder. We'll see if things get a bit too predictable. We also have to wait and see if Fluxo have the tools to break through. However, stomping around in the box halls, right, that one loud footstep's just going to instantly call Blame F over.
He still got one.
It's a good deagle shot from Lukowski. Gonna try to reach out for that gun and look to put the AK-47 on the front of this. Lukowski on the edge of that smoke. Blame F can't write off this threat as Jambo finds his and a second one.
Man, I love it.
It is an excellent hold inside of the site yet again, and then Fear quickly to the back line of it all. Fnatic stepping up to this test and passing with flying colors.
You're getting like the creative positioning, I think, that makes a player so hard to find. You know, someone coming up oil in a post plant is an obvious move. Someone holding from there at the beginning of a site exec, that's a little bit off. So, you know, the way they're refilling spots, coming into CT positions, Crims is on a tightrope, walking around that smoke and finding a small angle to work with for the spray down on upper, but they made good use of their extra players on B. With that kind of pressure, I'm wondering what Fluxo are going to try to do next.
It's a good flash to get Jambo off the angle. The second gun round of Fluxo takes over a bit of Ivy control, so different look than the last one. But again, you could say the different look for Fnatic is we've already got Jack Asmo just kind of tucked up inside of T-Con, and he's going to get flashed around a corner. This is a real test for Fluxo. They're going to hear the rumblings of this kind of a move, and not quite certain as to what corner he is actually hiding in.
Yeah, they're going to be kind of confused hearing that molly and hearing a push at the same time. He gets out taking no damage, and they can reflash if they want to.
Descenti may not be as far away as Jack Asmo thinks.
It's getting so late into the round, it sort of feels like he doesn't care if he trades down and dies.
There's going to be pressure on Jambo. Good flash from Art. Gets Descenti in with the first one. Jambo with the missed jump, but not fully punished, and trying to go back onto the angle. Fear's going to milk this for a second.
Oh, this might work out well.
Oh, he knows there's a second up inside the T-Con, pinch from both ends. 20 to the clock. It's Crimson Blame F to have to step up in a 2v4. Crims has got a nade dropped on him, half of his health gone. Bomb able to get into position on a quarter health, and Blame F reveals himself. Not close enough to stop that plant. Fluxo squeezed their way through.
That was there was a few moments where they could have brought that back, but honestly, a lot of issues right there for Fnatic. However, Blame F, he still has, I mean, come on, you got to try.
Nah.
You do have to try this. I mean, you have so much money, you have a kit, and it's literally only a 1v2 now. If there was going to be a situation, I mean, the only thing he's missing is maybe a smoke, but all right, I'm sure if it was anyone else.
Oof. And then doesn't even save.
Yeah, doesn't even save. Might as well have tried it. that's definitely one of those, just go for it. I mean, for sure. Even if he puts pressure on them to fight him and he gets a kill, that's worth it. But yeah, here's the first risk that sort of like, okay, there was no backup plan for Jackasmo. He sees the smoke land behind him. They throw a normal flash to clear him. He eats the flash and dies. Maybe he shouldn't have been there. And then over on Ivy, that was a dry repeat with the op. So, okay, yeah. Fnatic invited that one in.
Ooh, fast challenge. You wanted to see some chaos in the outer yard? Well, here it is. Fear steps up to the plate, and so will Jackasmo. It is a fast couple of kills, followed with substantial damage.
Oh, there's just no real attack behind Lucauzi. He needed to get his kills, it seemed like, for this to have legs.
And that's what I said. I wanted a bit of structure. You know, I was hoping it would be more than just trying to run out T-Con the moment you win a first round.
Yeah.
Elements of kind of predictable play, I think. And again, great if you find that opening frag. You can all flood out with it, but the utility kind of damaged the ones in the background. They deal with the one player able to push out towards E-Box. And I think Fnatic, this is the kind of team that's going to be ready for something like that. They've gone through all the motions when it comes to train. They've got the reps to be ready for the all-out A-hit. And the fact that Fluxo just tried to throw that forward after winning their first round, I don't think that's going to be enough to puncture through this defense. And in this case, it's not.
Yeah, you just can't funnel into Lucauzi anymore like you could when he first started, just kind of burst onto the scene. I mean, he was such a monster. His T-side rating, I remember Pimp bringing that stat once, that he literally had the best T-side rating in the world at one point. It was so absurd. And now Donk does that every day, but you know, normal players will fall off, and that's what we saw from Lucauzi. It felt like it was never going to end, but it has. And so it's fine to have him as a part of a piece in a greater structure and game plan, but as you mentioned, they didn't really have that. It was a guy swinging E-Box. He gets 2 kills, so the round is lost, and that's not typically how you want it to go.
Counter-terrorists win.
So back to the drawing board. If you're Fluxo, you get your first round in round 5. Quick answer right back. And only one successful opening duel to Fluxo throughout these first 6 rounds of play. Coincidentally, the one round they win, Zevi's got it. Clips Jambo's wings quickly out of the gate. That op posted. The better of the 2 weapons saved in the last round, and they instantly go and weaponize it. Like, I would much rather those kinds of opening moves outer than trying to throw Lucauzi out on E-Box, potentially losing the round in the first 15 seconds. So nice to see an instant change-up from Fluxo and something that nets them another opening kill. Lucauzi then, given a bit more time, will find Blame F. Art's got one of his own as well, and across the board, it's just Fluxo players coming up with a frag apiece.
Yeah, there's nothing now, and Crims has let one sneak into the B site, but it won't matter at all. CT's in a spot to just hope to try to save. They hope this bomb just gets planted and they're left to their own devices. Descenti will come and find him.
Worried about that smoke for a second, but once it goes down, they're going to find this B site vacant and for the taking.
Just barely missing Crims every time he takes a new position.
Crim's been walking these hallways for a long time.
That's right, yes, he has.
But in his older age, doesn't have the pace and gets found out in the end. So this save from Fear will be critical with the op.
There are almost no legends now at this point that aren't still doing impressive things. Like, it feels like either they've fully retired or they're actually contributing. I think Crims is definitely under fire for, you know, like Fnatic just keeping him for so long. And he has gone through periods in the last couple of years where it's like, okay, you're not even positioning well anymore, or like your spray's just not good enough anymore. But like I mean, what we saw last game, for example, like he has shown really good moments, just straight up across an entire round, across his, you know, the ace that he's put up. And while those moments will be rare, if he doesn't ever have a spot where he looks totally lost, then he might be a huge contributor to a team that has a lot of younger players. He might have a perfect spot, you know. And maybe you think a guy like that eventually has to become an IGL or they're not useful. but some guys are never going to be good IGLs. It's better for them not to do it. You know, play until they can't, and then that's it. And maybe here's a guy who just knows himself really well.
Oops.
Even JW's winning events. Over on Eyeballers.
Fear signs up to this fight with the Mag 7 of all things, but you know you can't go around that next corner with the shotgun. Crims has to be careful about becoming a bit predictable playing that front wall. So he'll peel back, let them trickle down into him if the time comes. For now, Zevi stays posted. Fear, you don't want to take this duel. You can't peek into that door with this gun.
I need you to swing on this Fear, Fearless.
You can't do this. You cannot take a fight potentially at this range.
33 damage dink from 80 feet away, and then just escape into the night. Leap into the tall grass to never be seen again.
You can sit here all night long. I got no problems with this.
You know what? But Fluxo have a problem if he does, because like they need to actually start to do something.
Down to 35 seconds, setting up. We got plenty of grenades in hand here. Bomb outside of the B site. Smoke in front of Crims, but he'll happy to play it. You can't peek that angle.
They're going back outside. Yeah, they are.
Could have waited on that doorway at 20 seconds with your shotgun. Instead, this op is going to go entry mode, and Jambo's going to stop Zevi. Not ideal. We'll see if the trades come through, but it's an easy second one for Jambo. While Jack Asmo tries to take the backside of sight, there's just enough cover here, trying to bait out the offer. Descenti comes through with his, and then back over towards, into the pop dog. They'll find those last two players. You've got Lukowski set up already.
Yo!
2 headshots back to back.
It all hinged on that Mag 7.
And he peeked the doorway,
but you know what, man?
He could never do.
He could never do, but also, like, he's got to be useful at some point. If that's not going to be an outside play, he could flank inner maybe.
But I think you've got Crims sitting on top of the box halls, ready for that upper hit. You've got Jambo with an op on the bottom of ramp inside of B.
Yeah, but if
that flank's not, I mean, does that flank change the hold?
Yeah, well, I mean, you're not useful if it's going to be a B site hold and you rotate through Z, right? You are useful if you actually flank, so.
But then flank once the commitment comes through, I think.
Yeah.
He jumps to the gun, peeks that doorway the moment the smoke pops. Crims is still upper, sees there's nobody behind that smoke.
Yeah.
Where are they? They're coming to you, brother.
I'll give him a bit more credit. He was waiting for about 1 minute and 20 seconds, but also, like, Zevi's just knocking them down as they come out. They had more chances to win. If they get the info on that one peak, there's no good chance for Fnatic to even exec outer, right? Zevi's just got free shots on the cross, and they still end up winning. Zevi.
Sorry, wrong cross.
Oh, wait, sorry.
Yeah,
from Z,
yeah. Well, speak of Jambo, there's a USP headshot coming down from the Ivy push. So maybe you can peek whatever angles you please. And now Crims stuck behind the smoke. Don't you win this round. Don't you win this round. Pistols come through on both sides. 2 versus 2. What gets picked up? Crims gets away with nothing. Still just the Deagle. But at this point,
it's kind of tough with the lack of a smoke here to put this bomb down easily. They're kind of a slave to anybody who wants to try to flank, so, I mean, they've got an open sight. It'll take them some time to figure it out.
Fear's gonna have a chance at this. Making it awkward as Art pulls a nade out. That's crazy and not worth it, clearly. Lets that P250 get a little closer.
Okay.
Puts him down. Crims Deagle also falls. So it's 3 frags the damage. Fnatic get that in at least, but another round added to the tally here for Fluxo. T-side starting to come together, starting to get what it needs. Success on both sites, even in those frantic moments. It's the T-side of Train. You put those rounds on the board. One foot in front of the next.
Well, it starts with quite an unfair 5-7 shot. Everybody knows that.
Trying to pressure any kind of pop dog play. Challenge here for Fear, but they are already on top of him on the chase.
No way, he got away.
Puts a smoke back behind him. He's got Crims to work with down in sight, but this is both of the players on B site tagged early. And this time they do get up through the pop dog push. Missed shot from Zevi. Art's got it covered. All's good. BlameF sitting here. Lets the trade come to him and then smokes this off, but has to continue falling back in the face of this utility pressure. Doesn't go all the way towards sight, and if he does, Lukowski was bent to catch him. Instead, Art comes through the smoke, and that's going to be his second of the round, pulling Fnatic apart.
It's actually a huge moment for Fluxo. They're going to be able to tie off this round for V2. And as long as lurkers don't get out of control, they are in a great spot to crunch. But, you know, Jackasmo's a fast rotation over to B, but with that clear that we just saw from Lukowski, he's looking to punish exits over on the A site. Jackasmo's just been sitting here the whole time. I think they just desperately want to find one kill. And is Crim suspicious of his flank? He is a little bit, actually. He's walked these halls for a long time, Connor.
Kowsey gets a little weird with this one. Jackasmo tries to slide out, but it's a great couple of kills for Art. Chasing down BlameF as well between the two pieces of util.
Yeah.
That was a dangerous one to go for.
Definitely.
Absolutely untradeable, except for Lukowski's timing on the other side of Pop. But if Art died on that push...
That's what got the kill, too.
It's a big if. This one right here. But just squeezes him out. And ultimately walks away with 3 kills on the round. So tip of the hat to Art this time.
He does like a little risky move every once in a while.
He can't help himself.
You know what I don't like is like they are also part of that, you know, old Brazilian style of like getting
2 mag 7s.
Ooh, yeah.
One of them stuck right here on E-Box. BlameF comes out, 2 kills, and then Lukowski shoots him from behind. Second mag 7, you never expect the second mag 7, and Crims whittled down to 11 health. Lukowski's gonna try his hand at this nade, and then get back into the back of the bomb site. It's Art with the bomb, so that's gonna have to wrap around Ivy. Take its sweet time.
Where are all these crazy late round situations starting so early? 2v2s, everyone's roaming, no one knows where anybody's sitting.
And only a minute and 30 to panic every time.
Yeah, and you just gotta clear the entire site. But in the end, it's just working out really well for Fluxo every time. And yeah, like it's Art and Vinny are 2 players that, well, they came from the same team, but even Fallen and these guys started slowing down a lot, right? Now we see New Furia don't do that, but it's so weird to see that from Brazil.
Posted and misses the shot. Fear trying to slide out for a second chance at it, and Crims, again, 11 health. Doesn't even get his hands on that op. It's going to be the 5-7 for the clutch as far as he's concerned.
Is there any chance?
Not playing with a kit. Can't stick around. Art right here, ready for it. And Fluxo, one more, now sitting pretty in the lead. Double mag 7 caught them off guard for a second, but it's still, again, like you said, with over a minute to kind of figure things out.
Yeah.
I think Fluxo have been playing multiple rounds, kind of one step ahead of Fnatic in those moments. And so 11 rounds into this game, they have themselves the lead.
One thing that makes sense with Art slowing down is he played a fast out because everyone was playing slowly at the end of CSGO. So if everyone's speeding up in CS2, he can't play like that.
It's got to be against
He built
the
a
grain.
foundation on trying to play differently. They stole his whole flow, bar for bar.
Jambo's been waiting for a chance at revenge on this angle. Don't know if he's going to get it at the end of the day.
few rounds of sloppiness from Fnatic, a couple of moves that didn't need to be made, a couple of re-peeks here and there. And this is a position they've let themselves in, actually. They could have crushed this half for sure. I mean, it felt like they were on for an 8-4, if not worse. And now at best, 6-6. 5v4 will help with that. Oh, okay, well, answer back. Czar just ran all the way to that.
Crims finds his. BlameF peels back, gives them space in the final round of this half. And that'll catch Kai off guard, this deep angle, but BlameF steps right back into an unexpected hold. And it's a clean headshot out of Zevi. So we said man advantage would give them an edge, but Zevi's still fighting on deep within that oil train. And as Art gets onto the bomb site, op in hand, bomb planted, and Zevi still just kind of floating out here. And I like that Fluxo are trying to take this fight to Fnatic, not give them space, but rather take it on their terms.
What?
And so man advantage be damned, it's not just Fluxo with a lead, but a 2-round buffer going into the CT side. Of Fluxo, and they're gonna end that T-side with a comfortable looking 7-5 lead. And that's the hard part of this train game. So all of a sudden we could be looking at Brazilians sitting in the 2-0 pool as well. A pistol, a follow through, and Fluxo could be riding this wave forward over top of Fnatic.
Yeah, I think it's definitely Fnatic's own sloppiness that got him into the spot. It doesn't mean that the map is over, which is kind of crazy even to consider that with Fnatic's start in this match, but well, they could tie up some easy loose ends.
Jambo, quick drive-by, double kill made easy by the Glock. Outer yard looking wrapped up, but Decenti's got the answer. And Art's gonna take a look at it. Jambo in with another one, so that's triple kill for Jambo. Doesn't waste a moment on this T-side, running rampant with that pistol. Fnatic had to wait a while for this answer, but there's finally a round back on the board.
Yeah, now it's quite a climb, but yeah, we'd have to watch back the first half to really get a good understanding of how everything fell apart. It is still that Fluxo played very well, especially those mid to late round situations. Some of their early ideas though on T side, I don't think were that creative. Fnatic, I'm still expecting better things from them here on Train. They're very close to losing to Red Canids earlier. If they don't scrape this win after their start in this map draw, you wonder how much worse it could have been.
Quick pop off the flashbangs, not going to net them anything. Hoping to have caught Fnatic off guard, but tough duels to take with vanilla pistols. Easy cleanup for Fnatic. It's pistol and conversion again. Remember, 4-0 start back on the CT side. 5 of the first 6 rounds. Try to tap back into that again.
Fluxo are a team of a bunch of players who are trying to revive their image. They're not even players who have won much, right? I mean, I think Art, even on Furia, picked up a notable land trophy the entire time, did he?
No. Took Fallen's Furia to accomplish that feat. Online events in the 2020, but barring that, trying to find success now in this Fluxo jersey instead. Lucasio will find success at the start of this, although sitting on 4 points of health means,
Just barely touched him with that.
There it is. BlameF dunks him from downtown. 15th frag of the map for BlameF. And looking for a second victim on this outer yard.
Not a fun way to go. We're so close to avoiding that. You know what I mean? This team is like, we know these players and they've tried and like they impressed us in different spots, or you know, someone like Kai just had a terrible time when he played on Fury originally. They're all just trying to win for the first time together, essentially, even though that's so weird to say about someone like Art.
And really trying to just be yet another legacy, right? Story of a team that kind of gets written off, rides the momentum of the first wave of a major. Interesting spot for Fear, tries to go out, and yeah, kind of felt like it was all false hope, and that's why. Descenti covering the cross, and as long as the other players back site didn't go for peaks, it was gonna always be hard to unravel that site. Art has successfully kept his head tucked. Beautiful shot from Jambo.
What a reaction.
Snaps that crosshair downwards onto Art's head, and gives just enough coverage for this bomb plant, just enough control to send Fluxo into the save from their first gun round, and there's no guarantee that the save can be had. We've got BlameF on the hunt already, and it is Fnatic back to the lead.
That is, yeah, some pretty monster stuff out of Jambo. Man, that's a moment that literally could have ended it. There was barely any time. There wouldn't have been time to put that bomb down again. That would have been such a precarious spot. The walk up to that duel was fine. He was not ready for it, essentially. And yet here we are, Fnatic take back the lead. Felt like after the first lurk into Z that was it. It looks like we're going to probably win the round. Disney just barely hitting Lucas. Game riddled with close moments.
Wow, BlameF. Check out the entry. Already on to the outer yard. And that's going to catch them off guard for certain. Although Lukowski, beautiful recovery with that MP9. Just 2 headshots back to back, a free AK upgrade. Fear's going to slide out in the middle of all of this, and he gets clipped by Descenti. Jackasmo gets popped, and this is Fluxo stepping up to the fight with fight of their own. BlameF thought he had control of the situation with that immediate exit out T-Con, and instead it is Fluxo's instant answer back.
Oh boy, I mean, what is this? Double MP9 frag out of Lukowski. Descenti putting down damage, and it's just a round that falls flat somehow out of Fnatic. Even with the first kill, Olaf control for BlameF so quickly, and it felt like so safely. It's again this like individual mechanical moment. Look at the second kill. What is this?
It's a flashback to the past, brother.
Yeah. He's happy about that round.
Some of the pieces of this team have found higher heights in the past with previous rosters, looking to do it again together at the same time now, and I feel like that is just kind of Lukowski pulling back the curtain to remind us. Couldn't ask for a cleaner second frag, especially in a 4 versus 5 situation when you've got BlameF's AK-47 already controlling that outer yard. Even the second frag, just trying to peel back through that T-Con. Didn't feel like Fnatic were really trying to sign up for the second duel, but you gave him man advantage back. And with that, your lead evaporates momentarily. Full-fledged buy. Opt for Zevi, the only one on the field. The nade damage for Jack Asmo to have to stomach. Certainly not ideal for the player that's trying to pinch out onto site, and he misses the timing to kill Lukowski. At least that's going to confirm it. That's information over the other way. And they're going to go just barreling down through that B ramp instead. Descenti to stand up to the challenge. Fear goes down. Crims follows suit. Third challenge is done for. Big individual moment from Descenti. He wants a little bit more as Jambo is turned back towards that ramp right there on a silver platter. Just goes for the bomb plant once, and that's enough to get Descenti back into his crosshair. But that long-range op kill from Zevi's got this in the bag.
That's nuts, man. Up there from Cloud Descenti. Beautiful spray. Shuts down that entire B attack and leaves Fnatic sort of hopeless in that moment. Three guys scaling on him. Just enough space to let him reset. I think both, you know, his weapon being hot and just his reaction and focus, and they didn't realize they needed to run him down.
Couple that with the op support of Zevi in the backdrop. He picks up 2 kills in the process. It's just a solid B defense that takes the lead right back. Sends Fnatic into a bit of a spiral here as well. AK for Blame, tries to get that entry that he's found successfully outer previously. Not this time. Not on the first go anyways. Meanwhile, Lukowski getting active, making moves through Pop Dog and catching players unprepared. It's pistols to try to deal with him, and he actually takes a bunch of damage. Art on the other side of these hallways. And I can't believe Lukowski sticks around for this, and yet is able to topple BlameF, put that AK into the dirt, reopen the door for Art to keep the pressure on, and when Fluxo have blood in the water, they swarm like sharks.
Now this is getting really scary here, and the fact that they're willing to keep up this pressure on the map this consistently, Fnatic are in troubled waters. They might need a fresh idea if they're going to pull this win off.
Back to the challenge. Easy pickup for Art, tapping into the op potential. Double kill, and the third! Rock solid defense inside of the site as Fnatic start to scramble. Fluxo start to thrive.
And they're starting to throw stuff at the wall. I mean, we saw in Fnatic again the collapse at the end of the first half. Now it feels like starting again. And if you're going to throw these fast ideas in and get crushed that quickly, well, you're just going to, the other team's going to be so elated. They had minimal losses, didn't have to think very hard, used almost no utility, and they come away with a win. They're going to feel like they're 5 rounds in the lead. You take huge risks by going for those rushes. Stylistic call here might not have been a good one.
Doesn't feel like you can skip steps at the moment. Art puts on a highlight reel of shots here. This third one under pressure. Hell of a quick scope on Crims. What a perfect time to pull up that double op setup as well. And you'd think, you know, getting charged down into like that, that's when the op could drop the ball, but Art gets 3 shots off and all 3 land.
Not gonna lie, like who's winning just rushing B down the ramp?
Not Fnatic.
Not Fnatic, that's for sure. Crim's coming through with the Galil, 1 gun. Half armor buy, it's a half buy here for Fnatic. They're willing to let this one go, still giving themselves some odds. But to be honest, what you want to see ideas. I'm not too inspired at the moment. I am by Fluxo, that's for sure.
Gonna try to play in through Pop Dog again. Just feels like Lucas has got that Call the Void in full effect. Loves to get into this action.
He's got a teammate behind him, but periodically checking.
But it's just that one Galil versus 2 M4s. Tough spot to predict versus Lukowski. And he hears the rumblings of their approach. Jumps the gun on the first one. Kai's here to trade out the second. Uncomfortable though, down to 4 HP, has 1 bullet in that gun. Crims tries to find him in the smoke, and Kai sticks around.
He's solo on util, yeah, there's no nades, and very smart from Kai just to wait.
4 health on the fallback. Certainly not what they were looking for in that moment, Fluxo. The fact that they go 2 M4s into the commitment.
Oh, it's gonna be a B exec, actually. Art has to stop this.
Oh, turns at the wrong moment.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Oh, but still able to go back at it. Clips Jacasmo. And that's gonna be Crims dropping down into the site. That's a bomb plant guaranteed, surely.
Ooh, don't let this one go.
But remember, it's the gun limitation here that's going to be a problem for Fnatic. Although, double op setup.
Oh, what a shot.
What kind of a retake can they really offer up? When you find BlameF on top like that, then things suddenly look easy. Crims Desert Eagle in hand, and he's not able to whittle them down just yet, missing his shots on the chance. The Galil to the top taken down, and Fluxo comes through with a double op retake on a bomb site that Fnatic finally find footing within.
Art's popping off, and that looked like a casual flick. That was, I promise you, extremely hard. But looked like a chill moment. It just pairs on to another round where Art saves the day on B and makes it look like no problem at all. Like, check this out. What is that? But again, yeah, it was a half buy, so.
It's a half buy, and it damn near successfully overwhelmed. It's also a round where Fluxo signed up to those early fights, trying to take over Pop.
Oh, doesn't matter.
BlameF comes out, emerges with the opening kill of round 21, tries to keep that pressure going into the outer yard. And Kai just wants to tuck in behind boxes. We got 4 map points in hand for Fluxo. Art's been a hero in this map so far, as Descenti gets a little wild.
No, this is crazy.
Yeah, this is Fluxo maybe playing with the margin of error, we'll say.
Right, yeah. They're kind of giving themselves an allowance, like, okay, we can have fun this round, I guess, but this one might be a bit of a confidence builder for Fnatic. These are just all too easy, all these frags.
All right, back to convincing ways. Fnatic, when push comes to shove, step it up a notch. 5 players survive that one. We got a timeout coming through from Fluxo to try to figure out the finer tuned details. It doesn't seem like it's going to be as easy as going for solo pushes.
Yeah, it's just a house of cards here, but like all of Fluxo's best wins right now, we're just waiting for Fnatic to throw together a sort of scrappy idea, a scrimmy idea, and this round it's a 5v4 followed by, all right, let's just give them a bunch of random pushes and see, but not really truly testing the defaults, but I think as you said, you know, they have margin for error. If they want to test it, at least a couple of rounds left.
Graphic tells a tale of strong starts to each half for Fnatic, but majority rounds, Fluxo It's a very critical late game breakthrough moment in that last one for Fnatic to still put up some kind of a fight. We've had this expensive habit for Fluxo coming through with the Art Zevi double op, but it just keeps on emerging, and they've still got the money to fund it. When those scrappy executes come out of Fnatic, you want these ops in position. They've done a great job of finding their connections. Art hitting many more shots than he's missed. Missed nade in round 22, certainly not ideal, but luckily nobody behind it to get punished. Zevi flashed off the angle, has got a teammate in that corner. He's looking to remain mobile, and Lukowski's got the info when he wants it.
Now this push down through pop is the key one. Fear has gained a little bit of space. They aren't actually pressuring through IV. There are so many signs that this will be an outside hit, and there is no fake involved so far. You can really see that Fluxo are not second-guessing this at the moment. Zevi's getting inside a T-Con, and they haven't cleared this out. Oh, that's just so free, man. I mean, Fnatic are too late to come back to this.
Oof. Or are they? Fear tries to sprint at it, gets his one, but in an act of desperation, they're down to 30 seconds, so yeah, late is key. And a quick move from Lukowski as Jack Asmo's lost all vision with that smoke sitting in front of him. Lukowski still sitting around on T-Con. Jack Asmo yet to come out at 20 on this clock.
He's smoking T-Con.
Lukowski tries to turn, Decenti's got the cover. 15 seconds, and this one starts to fall apart at the seams. BlameF, late to the scene, has 10 seconds to clutch this, and as he gets the headshot, he doesn't even have time to plant. He's going to try to fake it out for frags, but they'll call his bluff. And 13 rounds, fine by Fluxo. We've got Australians, North Americans, and Brazilians in the 2-0 pool today in Budapest. Fnatic thought they could fight on, and they had those strong starts each half. But it's Fluxo, folks, to thrive.